Hey, Florida residents, Crystal here with Climate Experts Air Plumbing and Electric, and I'm here with Derek, our CEO, to talk about how we are going to prepare for the upcoming hurricane. So Derek, how do you think that the Florida residents should prepare for this upcoming hurricane?
So one of the most important things you could do is to protect your AC system. So one thing that homeowners don't know what to do is to turn it, do I turn it off? The first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take the thermostat that's on the wall and you're going to want to set that thermostat down low. I would set that thing down to 60 degrees. We want this thing to be pulling all the humidity out of the air and get the inside of the home really cold. And when that storm's about to hit, you're going to want to shut off the breakers to your AC unit because it's the highest power consuming appliance in your home typically. Or if you have a surge protector or a range monitor, which I'll go over in a bit, you'll be able to keep that unit running. But you're gonna wanna make sure you run it as cold as you can before the storm, shut it off beforehand if you don't have a surge protector or range monitor. That way you can keep that cool air inside the home as long as possible and be comfortable, because you don't want your house without AC whatsoever for days on end, because that humidity that raises in the home will potentially cause bacteria and mold growth in your home.
All right, awesome. And definitely take pictures.
For sure. Take before and after pictures of your AC unit in case you need some insurance claims. The tip for homeowners is to carry one of these portable AC units in your home. And now this can plug into a regular 120 volt outlet. And in case you have a generator and you lose power, you can still keep your home somewhat air conditioned. It actually takes the heat out of the home and exhausts it through this hose. And this bracket can actually be installed in a window. So I would definitely recommend you have one of these in your house. It'll at least keep a master bedroom or a larger bedroom cool during the hurricane if you lose power. It can plug into a generator if you have a big enough generator that can handle that wattage. So that's one of my recommendations, is to carry one of these portable AC unit, and it gets your home really cold. Right before the storm, you're gonna wanna make sure you turn your unit off at the main breaker panel in your home. Now this is typically located in a garage, in a closet, and you're gonna wanna look for the label that says air handler, heat, or furnace, and then you're gonna also look for the label that says AC. And you're gonna wanna shut that in the off position. Shut both of those off completely. Now, if these are off and they're not pulling power, if a high voltage surge goes through the electrical system, which most likely it will with a large hurricane, it protects the unit from surge and damage from the storm. Now, the manufacturer warranties in these units does not cover surges. So if you do get a hit to your unit, and it does P&L or the power company, as well as a range monitor. So if the voltage gets dropped or is a little bit too high for what these AC units are supposed to take, it actually will protect the unit and stop voltage from it. So this is a really great product to especially have on a variable speed unit or something that you invested lots of money on. It's one of your most expensive appliances in your home. And this gets actually wired into your outdoor unit and protects your unit. We also want to make sure the condensing units over here, as you can see, have these hurricane tie-down straps. So these are used to prevent your unit from blowing away in a storm or falling over, which could damage your unit. This one, as you see here, is actually aluminum, so it's less likely to rust. We've got a concrete screw into this concrete pad and 2 screws into this unit, so it protects it from blowing over. We also have risers that rise this unit 4 inches off the level of the ground, so if we do get water, we don't drown this unit in water. So we want to make sure this unit's minimum 4 inches off ground level. And as you can see, we're kind of on a hill in this scenario, so these units would be vulnerable to becoming underwater, which would be a problem in a storm. And we want to be also careful of if the electrical wiring ends up getting underwater. Make sure you're very careful if you're walking outside in your yard after a storm and there's any power issues, you could be electrocuted. So make sure there's no water on the ground, and anywhere you're walking, you're making sure that the power is safe before you come outside, because you could potentially get electrocuted by one of these units if the electrical is exposed to that water. So another thing I want to talk about is some people will actually try to cover their outdoor unit with a tarp to protect it. Now this is a no-no situation if you continue to run your unit. This will actually cause this unit to overheat and you will burn out your compressor. This unit's actually made to have air flow through the coils and remove heat from the system. So if you're going to cover it with a tarp, make sure you don't put any screws into the coil or anything that could damage this. And also make sure your system's completely shut off at the breaker panel with no power, because this will damage your unit if you end up putting a tarp on it. So those are some tips to protect you against a hurricane with your system in your home. Derek from Climate Experts, thank you.